Hi, in this video we'll learn how to create non-text based questions. So I'm back on my form and I'm going to start by creating a multiple choice question now. These are questions where I'm searching for single answers. So I'm going to click on the last question, and that's last name. The rule of thumb is to click on that last question when you're going to add one so it goes right underneath it. So I'm going to click on add question, and it gave me a multiple choice type, so that's good. I don't need to change it. So I'm going to type in a question. And where I see option 1, I can start typing my choices like A, B, C, or D. I do have an option to add other. This would be helpful if you're giving a survey and they need to choose out of these choices, but you want to give them the option of doing a write-in answer. You would click on other and it would give them that blank area that they could write in. I'm going to make this required. I'm going to go to those options. I could do a hint text, so give them some direction on how to answer it. I could go to section based on answer, and basically what that means is if I had questions I wanted to differentiate where the students would be taken depending on their answer, I could have this question and then say, okay, go to, and maybe I made some other sections, which is what I'd have to do. I could have them go to the section about George W. Bush, or if they were voting for 9th grade candidates for student government, and they said, I'm a 9th grader, I could take them to the page with the 9th grade candidates, and so on and so forth. So that's, forgot the space there. All right, so I'm going to add a new question. We're going to do the checkboxes. This is a type of question you'd use if you wanted to accept more than one answer. So let's type 1 in now. Again, I have the options here. I'm just going to start typing. And I'm going to make that a required question. I have hint text, data validation, and I can shuffle the option order. And I can shuffle the option order here. Don't know if I mentioned that. Next question type is a drop down. So we're back to a question where you're picking one answer. Okay, so I added those options, make it required, and then I can also have hint text go to section based on answer and shuffle the question option or question order. New question is a linear scale, and this can be like an opinion question, like a Likert scale. I'm just going to add a quick one here just so you can see what it looks like. So I put the question there. I can change it after a little bit of haggling here. There. I could even have 10 points. I'm just going to go back to 5. I'm going to say needs work. Awesome. So I have the two extremes here that they can choose from. I'm going to make it required. And under here, I just have the hint text on these types of questions. Okay, and I'm going to add one more question type, and that's the multiple choice grid. This question is helpful if you wanted to, say, ask a student to put things in order, maybe order of how to do something. So I'm going to do that question about creating a form. So in the rows, I could put the different steps. In the columns, I could, in this case, I'm just going to put the numbers. Okay, so I have 4 steps, and this would be sort of the order. I'm going to require one response per row, so they have to make a choice. What's the order? And I'm also going to limit to one response per column. So they have to put it in different numbers. So they can't say that they're all number 1. I could shuffle the row order. Don't know if I want to do that in this question. I think that would be fine, but I'm just going to leave that go. And then I'm done. So I'm going to click on preview. Yeah, I see that the name kind of got mixed up. I can change that later. So who is the current president of the United States? I can choose my order. Here's my grid question. What is the correct order for creating a form? And it tells me that it requires one response per row. Where do you go to create a form? Here's that drop down. Which of the following are in Google Drive? It lets me check as many as I want. And how would you rate this video? Needs work. And those are the questions. So that's how you create the non-text based questions. Thanks.